Alright, and welcome to the next lesson. Today we're going to work a little bit with the MimioVote. The students in the classroom are going to be handed a little Dymo MimioVote, as you can see here. The MimioVote allows us to pretty much get an answer immediately on what's going on inside the classroom. So if you have students that are struggling with a math concept or something that you're learning in science, you could find out whether or not it's the entire class or a specific individual. Each MimioVote has a number that's in the center of the screen, and the number indicates the students. I normally have the students numbered in my classroom, so I tell them that the number that they have to pull is their own number. Some students will just grab a random number, which is fine with me. I more or less look for the entire class rather than each individual. But you'll see that you'll have questions like this that are set up where they could be ABC, they could be check boxes or X's. This could go ABC all the way down to E. And as soon as I hit this button, their MimioVote will light up. And as soon as that MimioVote lights up, it will tell them that they can answer A, B, or C. It will only light up the letters that are on the screen. It will not light up D or E. It will not light up the check mark or the X. So the MimioVote really works well with itself and its software. The first thing that I do is I like to come down here and I like to take attendance. And as soon as I click on that, I can have the students register theirs. And all they have to do to register it is hit the star. As soon as they hit the star like this, you'll see that number 1 lit up and number 12 lit up. It gives me an idea of what students have actually registered, and it tells me that they are the ones that are going to be doing this review. So I close this and then we can begin. I already have some questions that are up here based off of the Forms of Energy link that I downloaded. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate it and see what the MimioVote's capable of doing. When I click this button right here, or if I click this button right here, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to activate their MimioVotes. So I like to click down here. And it says that I've already asked this question, but I want to do it again, so I'm going to say yes. Their MimioVote's going to light up. It's going to have A, B, and C lit up, and it's going to allow them to pick a letter. So on number 1, I'm going to hit A. Which is see the things around us. And you'll see that one person has voted. Number 12, I'm going to pick B. This would be an individual who doesn't understand what the answer to this would be. When I'm finished and I see that the 2 people, or the total amount of participants when I took attendance, have answered, I know that I'm ready to move forward. I'm going to click on this button, and it's going to show the students in the class exactly what the correct answer was. I can start the entire test, but ultimately as a teacher, I want to know what the results are. So I come down here and I hit the results button. When I hit the results button, it's going to either ask activity results or question results. Let's see what the difference is. The question results tell me not specifically who got it wrong, but it tells me that as a class, my class was approximately 50% correct. it's nice to get this as a teacher, especially after we've taught the concepts. I can also hit activity results. When I hit activity results, the reason why I'm at 17% rather than 50% is because some of them, some of the Mimio votes I've turned on, I've got the question wrong more than once. So just making this video, I've had more than 50% wrong because I've had 7 or 8 Mimios that I tried to get, that I turned on and got the wrong answer. So you'll see a little bit different. So we're going to move on to the next question. Neon light signs capture pictures, let us know when to cross the road, or communicate the information. What's nice is to read this before you activate it, so nobody is actually jumping to answer this quickly. So I'm going to activate it. I can activate it here or down here. When I activate it just like this, you're going to see that there's light up. They can pick. So neon lights capture pictures, let us know when to cross a road, or communicate information. I'm going to pick C for student number 1. And I'm going to pick B for student number 2. Now that I see that both have answered, and there's a short amount of time that has passed, I'm going to hit stop polling. It tells the students the answer, and now I could generate results. I want to look at the question results. Again, we're at 50-50. If I go to activity results, we're at 50%. This should be the exact same thing as the other. One is a percentage, one is a pie graph. I have not turned on any other Mimio devices, which is why this is more accurate this time than it was last time. So if we continue to move down, you'll see that this is already filled in. I don't want to use this one anymore, so I want to change this a little bit. I want to do a right or wrong, check or X kind of question. Now, you see how this changes to the check or the X right here. And it says heat energy can make things feel dry and hot or wet and cold. Great way to create a test for a student that may have an IEP that says that you have to modify the test in some way. So heat energy can make things feel, let's see what the actual answer would be. They say the answer is dry and hot, which is fine. So I'm going to click off of it. I'm going to start it up for the kids. And you're going to see totally different lights light up on theirs. On number 1, I have the check and the X only lit up. I'm going to hit the check for number 1. I'm going to hit the X for number 2. Again, keeping it at 50%, seeing that everybody has answered. I click on this. It tells them the answer. Then I open the question results. I'm at 50-50. See how there's a check and there's an X. And when I click on activity, I'm at 50% still. The question results are going to reflect more on who's taking the test at the time, when the activity result is going to do it as it accumulates. So if you had 20 kids take the test, the activity results as a teacher would be more helpful than the question result immediately. If we keep moving on, there's going to come a time where you need to make a question. And this isn't there. So when it's not there, where do we start? I need my Mimio tools. I need to go to my gallery. When I get into my gallery, I'm going to need to go into questions and results. This is going to allow me to make a new one. Whether it's yes, no, true or false, it doesn't matter. So in my Mimio gallery, I just pulled up this to where I could do a true or false, but it doesn't have to just be true or false. And I can ask a question like, potential energy is stored energy. And then I'm going to pick what's the right answer. And then when I click off of it, I can give this to the students. When I start it up, there's light up. They're both going to say true. When I hit this again, it tells them that the answer is true. I hit the results for the question, and I can see that everybody got it right. As a teacher, this is what we're ultimately looking for. In the activity, this is, I'm not 100% sure why this is going up the way it is. There's a possibility that we did something earlier with it too. As we continue with this, maybe I don't want just true or false. Maybe I want a harder question. All I have to click when I pull these out is this button down here, this gear. And when I click it, it allows me to come up with different types of questions, different ways of getting the same thing across. And you can see that as long as we have these here, different things will light